Welcome to the 8-Bit Cat Show, a place where friends geek out over the nerdy things we love, sometimes with cats. Bailey is here today. Bailey says hi. I'm your host, Stephanie Katz, and with us tonight, Zach.
That's me. And just me.
Just us again. Um, he's not here, but very happy birthday to Tom, who doesn't like to make a big deal out of his birthday, and now the whole internet will know.
We're not telling you when we're recording this, though, so you won't know the actual date, so it'll be fun.
Wahahaha.
At least give him some anonymity there. Goodness sakes. I feel like Nemo trying to say anemone.
Anemone. So we finished Loki.
Oh, yeah, we did. We did, in fact, finish Loki.
Poor Loki.
Nah, it'll work out for him in the long run. I guess. Still not sure what they're going to do with Kang, though. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Because technically they just wrote out a way to write him out of the MCU. Or at least change his face so they don't have to keep using Jonathan Majors, I guess. But unfortunately, he was a really good actor throughout the run of that show.
Well, he decided to be a piece of shit.
In real life, yes. But I can at least still appreciate the acting job for what it was. It was done very well. I will say that. But what are you going to do?
Nothing.
All I'm saying is there better be a Loki season 3 or it better lead into some stuff in the movies or else I'm going to stop watching Marvel movies.
Sure.
I haven't seen like the last two at least that have come out.
Yeah, we still never seen Wakanda Forever, and then we haven't watched Miss Marvel yet.
The Marvels. We watched Miss Marvel.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Apparently nobody's watching it, so it's been doing quite poorly at the box office, I will say.
Well, the people I know that went said that it was pretty good.
That's the funny part is, yeah, everybody I've heard, have talked to that's actually seen it actually enjoyed it. But it just does seem like nobody's going to see it. This seems like one that everybody's like, I'll just wait for it to come out on Disney+. So Disney has kind of screwed themselves with that business model of having it come out so soon. They're like, oh, I'll just wait a couple months. I'll wait a month or two, and it'll be out on Disney+, and I'll just get to watch it. So we're good to go.
Movies are also expensive, and people
also
are
true.
poor.
That's also true. But they went to see plenty of other movies these weekends. They just didn't go see that one. Apparently nobody's watching Wish either.
Hello?
Wish? Isn't that the new Disney one? Yeah, apparently nobody's watching that either.
Mr. Kitty says hello.
Hello, good sir.
I tried to invite him onto the chair, but he said no.
Well, what are you going to do? Yeah, apparently Guardians of the Galaxy 3 is the only movie that cost more than $200 million to produce that was released in this year that actually made its money back. Everybody else has been a big stinker.
Hot.
All the big budget movies are not doing what they want them to do. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe they'll start making good movies again instead of spectacles.
Well, Barbie and Oppenheimer were supposed to have been really good.
Yeah, but they didn't have that high a budget.
Oh, I see.
Oppenheimer had a great cast. That's really where they spent most of their budget. And, well, they did have some insane practical effects, I will say that, apparently. I still haven't seen either of those movies, and that makes me sad, too. We should have bit the bullet and gone and seen Oppenheimer in theaters. I have a feeling it won't have the same impact on a TV screen.
Well, we didn't.
Yeah, we screwed up. What are you going to do? What else you got?
Supposedly, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk are all getting a second season.
Moon Knight should definitely get a second season. Hawkeye should definitely get a second season. I thought that was already confirmed they were not going to do a second season of that one. I don't know. I'd love to have a second season of that. I'm assuming there won't be very much Clint in the going forward.
Literally just saw a thing that said Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, and She-Hulk in talks for second season.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I'd love to have a second season of Hawkeye, even with goodness, now I can't remember her name.
Haley Steinfeld.
There we go. Yes, I'd love. She was actually really good, a fantastic part of that. So even if they can't have a lot of Jeremy Renner in this, because shoot, I think he still has trouble walking.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know if he's coming back to acting at all. Really, I don't think he's done anything since his big accident. Well, accident. I mean, he got hit by a snowplow.
Yeah.
It was intense. But Moon Knight, I'd love to have a second season of that one too. That ended great. You just got to see Mark's third personality that you hadn't met yet at all, which is great. She Hulk, while it did apparently piss a lot of people off, was both extremely comic book accurate and pretty great. Honestly, I thoroughly enjoyed it.
That's pretty good.
Even Mark Ruffalo's little cameo stuff was great too. They had a fun. They did some fun stuff with the Hulk there, and then She Hulk. Yeah, like I said, and I think it was. A lot of people had issues, but yeah, no, it was extremely comic book accurate. Heck, that last the last episode was basically lifted straight out of a comic. It's insane. But
Yep.
I'm excited for those. Again, if those do well, Miss Marvel, the first episode season of the show was great, but I don't know how it might be affected by how the Marvels does at the box office if they decide to give it a second season or not.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know.
I hope that doesn't affect too much because I really liked what they did with that show.
Yeah. It's good. I liked it.
It was different. It was different than their comic book stuff, but they've also now retconned the comic book stuffs to go in line with what they had on the TV show. So technically, it is all good now.
I don't even know.
It's weird stuff. What are you gonna do?
Nothing. Nothing at all. There's a new Ghostbusters trailer for the Frozen Empire.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen it yet. You didn't show me.
I didn't. How did you miss it?
I can't watch stuff with sound at work.
Everybody's coming back.
Everybody's coming back.
Everyone who's alive.
I don't know. It is Ghostbusters.
Wait, I got the firehouse back.
They got the firehouse back.
I'm
Ernie got him
guessing.
Ernie got him the firehouse back. It looks like because I think that
Oh my
was.
god. I don't know if you see. I hope.
She was blur. She was.
That was like a big blep.
It was a big old blep. Her tongue definitely got stuck. But yeah, so like at the end of the first movie, there where they had Ernie was gonna be their bankroller.
Winston.
The actor's name's Ernie.
You're so dumb.
His name's Ernie Hudson.
Get it right.
Winston.
But it looks pretty good. I'm excited.
The first one, or I guess
The
it's
third
weird.
one.
I guess it is. It's a sequel, right? Yeah. So yeah, the quote unquote the third one was pretty darn good, honestly. It was weird in spots and technically a bit of a rehash of the first one. So I hope they get a little more creative with this one. Really expand the Ghost universe.
Yeah.
It seems like what they're doing. Yes.
Frozen death or something.
Yeah. It should be. I don't know. It could be interesting. Is Paul Rudd going to be in it again?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm good then. I'm in. I love me some Paul Rudd.
You dummy.
Little Egon's great too.
Yeah, they're all coming back.
No, I said she's great too. I'm glad for that. She did a great job especially as a child actor. It's hard to do. Very easy stuff.
No. Well, watch it.
Shoot, it looked like the girl Ghostbusters were there too. You sure?
The ones from from Afterlife.
I'm talking. Maybe not. Okay, no, it just looked weird. It looked like Kristen Wiig at one point, and I'm like, wait a second, that's gonna really be interesting. This seems a lot more dangerous than anything they've dealt with in the past.
Yeah.
There's spikes everywhere.
Spikes.
What are you doing?
Helping.
Okay.
Duke wants to podcast.
Yeah, he's on the cast now. He's on the pod. What you got to say, sir? Nothing. Okay. Not a thought in his head. Uh, Bill Murray was there too.
I told you they all came back.
Yeah, I saw it.
So I think
I saw Kumail Nanjiani too.
it looks pretty good.
Again, if it's the first one, the third one, whatever. This next generation of them, the first one really surprised me with how much I liked it. Again, I don't know. I'm a big Paul Rudd fan, though.
Well, I mean, it also helped that the guy's son helped in writing it.
I apologize to everyone out there. Duke is trying to get involved here. I'm just going to hold on to this real quick now.
He's excited for Ghostbusters.
He wants to bust some ghosts.
He's very excited. Look at him.
He busts them here all the time.
Look at his excitement. Good job, buddy.
He stares off into random corners all the time here. He's always busting ghosts. What else you got?
So Taylor announced that the Eras Tour will be coming to rent and stream on her birthday, December 13th. And this will include 3 songs that were not in the movie: Wildest Dreams, The Archer, and Long Live. But I thought The Archer was in the movie because I distinctly remember her singing it during the Lover set.
I don't believe that she did it in the movie. She sang it at the concert.
You sure it wasn't in the movie?
I'm not sure because I'm not sure I know exactly what song that is. The other 2 definitely weren't in there.
Right.
Because I thought it was weird that she didn't have Long Live in there.
Because that came out when Speak Now came out.
So how did she film these ones? Or they just filmed at different concerts and spliced in, or what?
I have no idea.
They didn't tell you? She just announced there'd be extra stuff. Did she announce anything else? She didn't announce the next album drop yet. Everybody thought she was gonna do it.
No, instead she surprised us with this.
Is that what it is?
I'm guessing.
Mm.
Yeah, she probably won't announce Reputation until next year.
Next year?
Yeah.
Well, I guess she did drop one this year, didn't she?
She'll probably do the same thing she did. She'll have a summer release and a fall release. Be my guess.
Makes sense.
Based on.
She's iTunes Artist of the Year, I believe, if I saw that announcement correctly.
What are you doing, Crazy?
Drooling on you.
I don't like it. I don't like the drool. Yeah. So I'm excited for that. And
what's it gonna
she
stream
wrapped
on?
up her Netflix.
Oh, is it Netflix? That makes sense.
And she wrapped up. So the 2023 part of the tour is done. So now she can come home and spend all her time with Travi.
She's probably gonna spend more time with the cats. He's busy. Playoffs are about to start.
Yeah, she's gonna go cheer him on.
Oh goodness.
She's his good luck charm.
I mean, he has looked like shit the last couple of games when she hadn't been here. He's been having some rough times.
First of all, the one game in the rain was there. There's nothing anyone could have done.
They caught the ball.
He did catch the ball, and then the guy knocked it out of his hand.
Well, he's supposed to hold on to that. That's his job.
I mean, he was pretty well secured. The guy came in and punched it out. There wasn't much he could do.
Well, he had a couple other bonehead penalties. Really, is what screwed him up.
He didn't get any penalties.
Yeah, he did.
Him?
Yes.
I don't think so.
Mm-hmm.
Name one.
There was a pretty significant holding penalty that kept him from getting a first down.
I don't think that was on him.
It was.
I don't think so.
This is not a football podcast, but it was.
But it could be.
We're switching it up today now? What are we going to talk about?
I can geek out about football. I like football.
I don't know. The only thing I'm geeking out about is so the Eagles came back in overtime and won. And apparently Jason Kelsey, the other Kelsey, he left mid-game to go take a shit.
Well, sometimes you just got to go.
It just makes me laugh. I don't know, because you did make me listen to their podcast, and he did talk about how he goes, "Oh, I shoot at least twice at every game," and he had to go in the middle of the game on this one.
Sometimes you just gotta go.
Hey, you know what? I understand it. Can't perform at your best if you're held down like that.
Exactly. Especially because you gotta get in the squat position.
Yeah, he is a sinner.
Yeah.
You definitely don't want to be farting in the quarterback's face either. That's a bad look.
Yeah, and Jason gets down low.
That's a bad look.
He makes them work for it.
I don't even know what that means, and it feels weird saying it like that. I know. I guess I do know what that means, but it feels weird saying it when you say it like that.
He had a whole thing. He was talking. It wasn't this last episode. The episode before that, he had a whole thing about, because he had guest hosted Thursday Night Football because they had a bye week, and him and Fitzpatrick were trying to like, not Fitzpatrick, just Fitz.
Ryan Fitzpatrick, yeah.
Oh, okay, I got confused.
Ryan Fitzmagic.
They were trying to show like how you got to get used to like the new center, new quarterback, and Fitz was not getting down in there. Jason was like, "You got to get in. I can't feel you on my grundle. I don't know where you are. Get on the grundle."
I mean, I know it's true, but Jesus Christ.
If you haven't checked out the New Heights podcast with Jason and Travis, you should for sure go check that out.
I'm going to give her some leeway here. She was listening to that podcast before Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce started dating. So
I've liked the Kansas City Chiefs since 2019.
yeah, like I said, I was giving you some props here. I was actually allowing this because I know, well, they should know by now based on how you talk on this podcast that you are obsessed with Taylor Swift.
I'm a Swiftie.
But these are two separate obsessions that somehow managed to coincide, and honestly, from my position, it's really worrisome.
It's the universe just giving me everything I've ever wanted.
It could get expensive for me, is all I'm saying.
I told you should have bought me that Kelsey jersey before they started dating. Now it's up there because it's in demand.
Yeah, again, I'm not allowing a Kansas City Chiefs jersey in this house.
No, that's not what you said.
I got you a TJ Watt jersey. That I can allow.
You're just mad because they're better than the Broncos, and your Broncos suck.
They are 1-1 against each other this year, and the Broncos are on a hot streak. The Broncos are number 2 in their division now, right behind the Chiefs.
Until they fuck it up.
You know what? They just got to beat the Texans this week, which actually is a taller order than it used to be.
Yeah, C.J. Stroud is. He's
They had a rough week
really
last week, though. They
kid.
lost last week. Okay, this is turning into a football podcast now, but if you haven't seen how the Houston Texans lost this last week, if you didn't watch that football game, go look it up on YouTube. I'm sure the highlights on ESPN too. It's one of the most tragic missed field goals I've ever seen. It's honestly painful. But live vicariously through the sadness of all Houston sports fans watching them doink this kick.
It was doinked.
It was a 58-yarder though.
It was a doinker.
It was a 58-yarder. No, you have to. It's honestly it's heartbreaking. It's real sad. It hits right on the crossbeam, where it connects to the other one. He hit it dead center. He was 6 inches short. And that actually is all C.J. Stroud's fault. If he hadn't been sacked twice on that drive, they wouldn't have.
Maybe his O-line should have protected him better.
No, actually, that O-line did the job. He
got sacked.
One of the scrambles, he was literally sitting in the pot. He was sitting around the pocket for like 9 seconds. It was insane. What are you looking at?
He's got like these big ridiculous eyes going on right now.
But was that enough football for? Was that enough football for our pop culture podcast?
I love football. Football's pop culture.
Speaking of football, did everybody watch Black Sunday?
I don't know what that is.
It's the Sunday after rivalry weekend in college football when all the schools fire their coaches.
Oh.
And like 6 more schools fire their coaches, and then bought new coaches from other schools that they play. I don't know. The whole thing. I don't even know who's coaching where anymore. The only thing I'm still sure of is that Nick Saban coaches at Alabama. They surprisingly didn't fire him. He still made it.
Mm.
I had my fingers crossed.
Alabama's good, aren't they?
Yeah. Well, not as good as they should be this year. They're probably going to miss the playoff.
Huh.
Oh, and Jim Harbaugh is back in Michigan.
His suspension's over.
Yeah, he can play. He can coach in the Big Ten championship game because
Oh
they made
boy.
it.
Oh boy, oh boy.
Good for them, I guess.
Sure.
I'm assuming it's Michigan, Ohio State again.
The AMM didn't make it.
A&M qualified for a bowl game. We're gonna say that.
I don't know what that means.
That means they get to play one more game
Oh.
during bowl season.
Oh.
They're probably gonna play in the Texas Bowl, which is normally like they do an SEC team versus a Big 12 team, and they always try and make it A&M versus Texas if they can. But Texas is probably going to do well enough that they're going to be in a real bowl game. So it'll probably be like Texas A&M versus Texas Tech.
That's where Patrick Mahomes played. He played at Texas Tech.
For a little bit, yeah.
I know things.
I'd actually rather watch A&M get trounced by Oklahoma. That'd be more fun. But, you know, what are you going to do? Than Texas Tech. Screw Texas Tech. They're cancel me for it if you want. Texas Tech has the worst, rudest fans in all of college football. And maybe all of football. But the Raiders are up there, too. But
have you met Eagles fans?
I'm just saying. The Red Raiders and not the Oakland Raiders, and the Las Vegas Raiders are both awful.
I know.
Eagles fans are passionate about their team.
You know, there's a jail under their stadium.
Yes. Like I said,
They're
Eagles fans.
They're the only stadium that has a jail under it.
Like I said, Eagles fans are passionate. Raiders fans are assholes.
Sure.
Didn't you get a beer dumped on you by a Raiders fan?
Yes.
Okay, so case in point. You're proving my point here, kid.
Yeah, I would have kicked his ass too.
Yeah, if you had brought your step stool.
That's mean.
You're little.
What do you mean to me?
Because you're little.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I was at the perfect height to punch him in the nuts.
Well, that's fighting dirty. They take you to the jail under Eagles Stadium.
It wasn't at Eagle Stadium.
It was in Oakland, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they had a jail in there, too.
No, because at that time Oakland played on the baseball field.
Oh, yeah. So, the Oakland City Police just took you directly to the real jail.
Nah.
You don't get to go to stadium jail there. They take you to real jail in Oakland.
They don't even try unless someone pulls out an actual weapon.
Yeah, so it happens a lot, I'm sure. What are you doing, dumb boy?
He's hanging out. Hanging out on the pod. Okay. Well, here's an interesting thing I saw. So,
Moving right along.
sorry, I had to burp.
Gross.
A while back, one of the live action things that Disney had floated about, which was a live action remake of The Hunchback of Notre Dame. When they announced it, Josh Gad was announced he was going to be Quasimodo. All of this has since died, but someone did make like a fan poster with like the fan casting. So I thought it'd be fun to go through this hypothetical, not at all real casting if a live action Hunchback of Notre Dame were to come to pass. Okay, so Josh Gad is Quasimodo.
That's solid. I mean, he's actually a little too funny, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think Quasimodo's an extremely tragic, sad character.
Not the
Isn't
Disney one.
Yeah, even the Disney movie one is pretty tragic and sad.
I mean, he didn't die. Doesn't he die in the actual?
In the actual one,
He gets, like,
Esmeralda
murdered as fuck?
No, Esmeralda dies, and he crawls up next to her corpse and lays there until he dies of starvation.
Oh, well, you know.
Yeah, the original story is real fucked up. You thought Frollo was weird. I'm just saying.
Gal Gadot as Esmeralda.
I think we could find a nice Romani actress to actually play that part.
Do you know any?
Oh no, not that I could tell you. That was what I would say the internet would say.
This came from the internet.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I think Gal Gadot would have some interesting opinions about the Romani.
Chris Evans as Captain Phoebus.
Chris Evans?
Yeah.
Nah, I'm thinking you gotta go somebody more like. Like I'd say like Brad Pitt, but Brad Pitt's too old. Who's young Brad Pitt now?
I want to take your pick.
You could do like a Ryan Gosling.
You got like 4 different Chris's. They're
Ooh,
Ryan
you know
Gosling.
what?
You got
Luke Hemsworth.
Carl Urban.
I'm saying Luke Hemsworth would make a great Phoebus.
Luke Hemsworth?
Yeah, the younger one.
You mean Liam Hemsworth?
Who's Luke Hemsworth then?
I don't fucking know.
Liam Hemsworth. That's what I'm talking about.
I don't think there is a Luke Hemsworth.
I think there is.
I don't think so.
Now I gotta look up Luke Hemsworth. I guarantee there's a Luke Hemsworth.
Hey Google, who are the Hemsworth brothers?
Chris Hemsworth's brothers are Liam Hemsworth and Luke Hemsworth.
Boom, Luke Hemsworth. Knew there was a Luke Hemsworth.
Okay, thank you, Google.
Oh wow, that's weird. He looks just like He just looks like Chris.
It's creepy.
Like a little bit. He looks like if Chris Hemsworth and Matt Damon had a baby.
He kind of looks like if Chris Pine got smooshed.
Chris Pine. So no, I was thinking Liam Hemsworth. Liam Hemsworth.
Or Luke Hemsworth, I guess.
No, Luke Hemsworth. I think he's too big. He's too much of a himbo. Yeah, I mean he doesn't always be that big, but
Chris Hemsworth? Chris Hemsworth is always stacked.
No, he's not always. When he did that Ferrari movie,
He literally has like a whole workout thing.
well, that's what I'm saying. But when he does the Marvel ones, he bulks up for the muscles. The other one, he's always in shape. But that's what I'm saying. Like he did like that Ferrari movie, and he had to get skinnier and lose a little bit of muscle mass to be able to fit and look right and do everything like that. He'll do the work. But yeah, I don't know. They say Chris Evans.
Yeah.
I'm just not feeling it. Actually, Chris Pine would be better than Chris Evans, and I like Chris Evans. But I just don't. I'm not feeling it.
Peter Capaldi as Judge Claude Frollo.
Oh, that's a solid casting, actually. Because the last Disney movie he was in wasn't a no. That's Christopher Eccleston. Now Peter Capaldi, that's I don't know who else would be a good option for that. I mean, back in the day, it would have 100% been. My brain just stopped. Saruman. Christopher Lee. Yeah. Back in the day, like if you'd done that 10, 20 years ago, Christopher Lee would have been the obvious choice. But yeah, I think they nailed it with Peter Capaldi. I think he can do creepy asshole too. He can be a good guy, but he can do don't fuck with me too. It's got a little bit of that.
Sacha Baron Cohen as the Romani leader Clopin.
Oh, the weird jester dude?
Yes.
That's perfect casting. 100%. Easy.
And Imelda Staunton, Jack Black, and Kelsey Grammer as Quasimodo's gargoyle friends.
Jack Black and Kelsey Grammer?
And Imelda Staunton.
Which one's...
I don't know who that is.
Who?
Imelda Staunton.
You just wrote them down?
Yeah.
I thought you had a picture here.
There weren't pictures.
Darn. I don't know. Imelda?
That's what it says.
How do you spell that?
Imelda.
Imelda Staunton. Why do I know this? Why do I know this woman?
I don't know. It's the only one I didn't know.
I'm going to her IMDb. They're making a Chicken Run sequel?
Sure.
Sorry, that just popped up here. Oh, she's Dolores Umbridge from Harry Potter.
Oh.
But she's also in. That was actually a really interesting casting for her because that's not normally the kind of character she does, where you want to murder her and you hate her. She was not Grass the fairy in the Maleficent movie.
Okay.
She was one of the three fairy godmother girls.
Okay.
Right? No, she's in Downton Abbey. You've watched that, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't remember her being in it.
She's Maud.
I don't know who that is.
No, I don't either. I've never seen. Well, I've seen like 2 episodes with you. She's in Paddington.
Okay.
No, okay. But anyway, yeah. So she's Dolores Umbridge. So that actually makes sense. As one of the little gargoyle peoples.
Yeah.
They're never gonna make that movie, and don't need to make that movie. I in fact hope they do not make that movie.
I mean, that's all they're doing. Moana, Tangled, and like 3 other ones.
It is weird to me
also.
that they immediately, like, how quickly after Moana came out, that they're making a live action Moana.
Well, yeah, it did really well.
Yeah, just make it in the first place. Make it live action in the first place. You could have still cast The Rock because you're still gonna cast The Rock for Maui. I don't know. They're not. They haven't put live action Frozen on the books yet.
Well, no, because they're working on Frozen 3.
Oh Jesus! They're gonna animate a Frozen third Frozen movie.
Yeah.
What's this one gonna be?
I don't know.
Because the first one was like balance in family, and the second one was balance in nature. Are there gonna be aliens in the next one?
I don't know.
I hope there's aliens.
Probably not.
Probably not. You're right.
Well, that's all I got today.
That's all you got today.
So, I guess we'll just move on to extra bit. You got a bit?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Where?
Where I always send it.
Okay, well,
I'll tell you about it. They finally have actually released Forge for Halo Infinite, which apparently has actually brought a bunch of people back to the game. They've
I thought
just
that happened a while ago.
no, they're like actually using it now. They've implemented like all the features in now, or they've implemented some new ones. So the video I linked it was a little nostalgic for me, a little fun. A guy used the Infinite Forge to completely recreate the first level of play from Halo 3, like the first campaign mission, because you can like even drop like spawn points for enemies and do stuff like that in the new Forge. It's absolutely insane what you can actually do, and this dude did pretty good with this. It is. I mean, it looks different because it's rendered with a different engine and everything like that, but it is weird how accurate it is to what he was able to do. Even with like even enemy placement, he has drop ships come down where they're supposed to come down. It was pretty well done, and I did not realize you could do that with Halo Infinite. So I might actually go in there and mess around for too many hours in a row playing with Forge. And now that they're really diving into releasing the custom created maps back now onto Forge that you can play other people's stuff now, and they have some insane shit. Somebody recreated the original Halo Blood Gulch, but used all the blocks in a way to make it look exactly like the original Halo Blood Gulch, even rendered in worse frames and everything like that. Instead of being all nice and pretty, they somehow made it smooth and blocky looking like they did on the original Xbox. And it's actually more impressive that they were able to do that than to actually just do a brand new creation of it.
That's pretty cool.
People have too much time
I
on
have
their
an
hands.
article. It's 21 former reality and game show contestants share wild behind the scenes secrets and stories. So it's just kind of a fun little thing of how reality shows actually work in our reality.
And aren't real at all.
So just fun.
Game shows are a little more real, but they have some weird rules behind the scenes too. I'll have to read your article. You're going to link that in the show notes?
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to read that.
Yeah, so AB Cash Show usually comes out on Friday, except when it doesn't. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And you can find us in all the places, the Patreon, to Facebook, to Instagram, to TikTok. We should probably get back on Twitch. We still gotta finish Halo 2. And until next time, my friends, geek out, be fabulous, and have fun.
It's 8-bit cats with a K and a Z.
Hi, it's the flannel guy again. If you join us on Patreon, you get access to our Discord where you might get to talk to me, and I might still be talking like this.